All right, why are we here? You don't know why we're here.
I don't know why we're here.
The reason I think we're here is that the regular season ended like last night. So the playoffs are set.
Somebody finally knows when the playoffs are.
We're honing in. Getting closer. To talk about just the format of the playoffs.
Okay.
And get your opinion about what you think is going to be the most interesting as the playoffs start. On, I think, Tuesday night and Wednesday night are what are called the play-in games.
Right.
Okay. So here's how this works. The 9th and 10th seeds in the Eastern Conference and the 9th and 10th seeds in the Western Conference are going to play each other.
So the 9th and 10th of the East play each other, or like the 9th of the East play the 9th of the West?
The 9th and 10th in the East play each other. The East and the West don't play each other anymore until the finals.
Okay.
There's no more overlap there until the finals. This is new. This is like within the last 5 or 10 years. It used to be that the top 8 seeds made the playoff, and then 9 through the bottom of the conference did not. And they added this a few years ago, this play-in thing, so that a few more teams could be involved in the playoff picture, create some excitement. Again, it's a single elimination game, which like football and college basketball, which the postseason tournaments tend to be a lot more exciting. And I think it's because there's like a win or go home. So the 9th and the 10th seeds play each other. The loser of that game is out.
Okay.
It's over. If they lose that game, they're done. The winner of that game plays the loser of a game between the 7th and 8th seeds in the same conference.
Okay.
That game that the 7th and 8th seeds play, the winner of that game will play the 2 seed in the conference. So the way the
Big time.
playoffs are generally set is that they want the teams that played the best to start playing against the weakest teams in the tournament.
Okay.
So the 1 seed is going to play the winner of that game between the loser of the 7-8 game and the winner of the 9-10 game.
Why?
Because theoretically, that's the worst team that qualifies for the full postseason
And they just want to
tournament.
get them out. Oh, okay.
Right, and that's the reward for being great in the regular season, is that your path to the championship is supposed to be like as easy as possible.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and so the Celtics, who are the 2 seed,
Okay.
are going to play the winner of the game between the 7th and 8th seed in the East, and that game is between the Orlando Magic and the Atlanta Hawks.
Well, who do you hope wins?
I don't really care. They actually haven't been great against the Hawks this year.
I would like to see the Hawks coach again.
Yeah, okay, I'll go for that. I mean, whatever. The East is a dumpster fire. It's brutal. And the 9th and 10th seeds are the Bulls and the Heat, each of whom traded their best player during the season.
Yeah.
Like Jimmy Butler and this guy Zach LaVine for the Bulls. So
Yeah.
like they're not good. So that's kind of the way the tournament's set up. Playing games. The West is much more interesting
Because the Nuggets are in the West.
because all the good teams are in the West.
That's not true. The Cavs are in the East.
Cavs are in the East, and so are the Celtics. It would be the take on the Eastern Conference playoffs is it will be very, very surprising if it's not the Cavs and the Celtics playing
Yeah.
for who's going to go to the finals.
Right.
The Knicks are like interesting, but not.
What about the
great.
Bucks?
Yeah, I mean Giannis, the Greek freak, the alphabet is always scary. He's so dominant, but like they're just not. Dame Lillard has those blood clots. They're just not.
Oh, right.
They're not very good. They're
Okay.
not very good. So it would be like either because of an injury or like shocking if it wasn't. I wouldn't say shocking. If the Knicks beat the Celtics in the second round, that wouldn't be like unbelievable. But other than that, it would be very, very surprising if anyone else made it to the Eastern Conference Finals. The West is like the opposite. So we've talked about how the Warriors are like one of the hotter teams in basketball right now. They have to play a playing game.
Oh,
I know.
wow.
I know. The way the end of the regular season shook out, there was a game that went to overtime between the Clippers and the Warriors to determine this, and the Clippers beat them in overtime to like
Wow.
finalize the seedings. And this guy Kawhi Leonard, do you know that name? So he was like when the Raptors won the championship, which Kylie talked to us about, he was incredible, like among the best players in the league, really, really great. And then he just has not been able to get healthy. But in the last like month, is looking like himself again, like
Oh, good.
himself of then. Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Great.
And so they beat the Warriors in this game. Now the Warriors need to play the Grizzlies,
Okay.
who you just watched.
Yeah, I'm watching. Yes, and
You're
they
watching.
have a interim coach
Right.
because they just fired their coach.
After Jenkins got fired. That's right.
And this guy he looks like a Viking, by the way.
What does that mean?
Like, picture what a Viking looks like,
Helmet with horns?
but like tall, the cheekbones, the blonde hair.
Beard?
Yeah, he's got the whole thing. Like, I think he's probably got some braids, like just tucked in
Okay.
his shirt.
Fur? Is he wearing a fur thing?
No, but
There's one
probably
at home.
off the
His,
court.
his closet.
I bet.
There's a fur or two in there.
Yeah, probably.
They have John Morant, who's like awesome, one
Right.
of the better players in the league. So it's amazing that the Warriors are in this play-in game. So what's interesting about the West, if interesting might be a strong word for you, but what's happening in the West is the Thunder should make it, right? It
Well,
would
yeah, they're like,
It would be very surprised. They just passed I did that whole thing, which I didn't explain very well about net rating. As of yesterday, they set the record for the best in a season ever, the best net rating ever. So it would be like very, very, very surprising if they didn't make the finals.
yeah.
After them, it's like, it's amazing. So the Rockets are the 2 seed.
Oh,
I know. But they're awesome. Their guy's probably going to win Coach of the Year.
anybody know that?
I don't know if it's got out yet.
We should tell somebody.
Yeah. People would want to know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I guess we are telling people
Okay,
now.
the Rockets are good.
The Rockets are the 2 seed. They're great. The Lakers are the 3 seed.
Oh, all right.
If they're playing well. Anything could happen. The Nuggets are the 4 seed. They have the best player in the world.
Yes,
The
they
Clippers, who I just talked about, who have Kawhi Leonard, are the 5 seed, who look like world beaters right now. They look really, really good.
Wow.
And the Timberwolves are the 6 seed.
They're really good. I like watching.
And they're that team that's been like coming on really strong in the last
Yeah.
month, which has happened. So like the thing that's interesting about the West and the Warriors, who are in the play-in game, it wouldn't be shocking if they made the Western Conference Finals either. They're like, so there are 7 teams in the West who like very plausibly could show up in the Western Conference Finals, which is bananas. In the East, there are like 2.
Are people in the West like, this isn't fair?
Yes. So there was like there's been talk among owners of making the playoffs the best 16 teams ranked in that order. The problem is, I think that for a proposal like that, it's some majority of the owners that would need to vote for it, which might be like 2/3 or
So everyone in the East is like, no,
would have
thank
to
you.
vote against their self-interest, right? The playoffs
Right.
make them a lot of money, right?
Right.
Playoff rounds make them a lot of money.
Right.
So, is the 7 seed in the East the magic? Would their owner be like, I think for the quality of basketball, we're just going to have the best 16 teams in the playoffs, even though my team is out, which might cost me $75 million.
Okay, so there's like rules in the NBA, and so there's not like a governing board, or is the governing board like the owners?
Yeah.
And they have to vote.
Yeah.
And they have to get a majority vote.
Yeah.
Who wrote these rules?
Well, I don't know. Moses? I don't know.
So the Nuggets are 5 seed. Who's
4.
8?
4 seed.
4. And who's 8 and
Which,
9?
by the way, the Nuggets have won 3 games since firing Michael Malone. Yeah.
Do you think I was thinking about this today.
Yeah.
Do you think he's watching the games?
I do.
Oof.
Do you?
I don't know. I think that would be so
Self-imposed torture.
like heartbreaking
Yeah.
and like, yeah, that would be.
Yeah, I hear you. So this coming weekend is the beginning of the best of 4 series. The middle of
Okay.
this week are the playing games, which are win or go home. And then they get started for real after that.
Here we go.
See if this feels long. So the 1 seeds don't know who they're playing yet. The 2 seeds don't know who they're playing
Right.
yet because of the playing games. In the East, the Knicks are playing the Pistons and the Pacers are playing the Bucks.
Okay, so the Pistons will probably.
The Knicks are supposed to win that. They're
yeah,
they're
yeah. I
favored
was
to win.
thinking-
That's okay. They're favored to win that. That series there will be fights. This is beef stew.
Right.
And the Knicks are also see themselves as a tough, physical,
Yeah, okay.
gritty team. Could be fun.
Okay.
Could be fun. In the West, the ones that we know are the Nuggets are playing the Clippers, which is going to be very good. Right, very,
Yeah.
very, very good. The Clippers coach, this guy Ty Lue, is known for being like a very good playoff coach, meaning like he can game plan for someone you're going to see a bunch of times in a row, which it'll be something. Jokic is kind of like the best problem solver in the NBA,
Yeah.
so that'll be interesting. And then the Lakers are playing the Timberwolves,
Wow.
right? Which will
Yeah.
it wouldn't be shocking if either of those teams won.
Wow, this could be really.
Could be really interesting. I think particularly the West is going to be a little bit surprising and super entertaining. My prediction pre-playoffs is that the Timberwolves are going to go to the Western Conference Finals.
Okay, so that's who you think the matchup is going to be.
Yeah.
And then the Celtics and the Cavs.
Yep.
And then it's going to be the Cavs and Oklahoma City Thunder.
I think that the Celtics are going to go to the finals, but I think they're going to lose.
Wow.
I've been feeling that way more lately. They finished really sneaky well, the Celtics, 15-3 in their last, really good record over the last little bit.
And Joe Mazzulla was like, I mean, fine.
Yeah, whatever. Just happy to be here. Grumbly. His comment when Malone got fired was like that it wasn't like disrespectful or rude or anything, but he's like every day you need to be thankful that you have your job.
That is, I feel like in sports,
Yes.
that goes for every single person.
Yeah, Bronny, super thankful.
Bronny's
Yeah.
so thankful.
And then I think the Thunder are probably going to win that series in 5 or 6 games, the finals.
Okay.
That's my prediction.
Okay.
What do you think is going to happen? This could be basketball prediction or entertainment prediction.
Wow. You know what? I didn't even think about this. Is Doris who is the announcer for the championship game? I hope it's Doris.
There are a lot of different networks who have playoff games. Like TNT has some, and ABC will show some, and ESPN will show some. But then
Okay.
at the end, I think it's on ABC.
So here's my prediction.
Great.
I think it's going to be Oklahoma City Thunder, and I think the Timberwolves, but then I think Oklahoma City Thunder is going to win that game.
Yeah.
That's who I think are going to be in the Western Finals.
Yeah.
And then I think the Cavs and the Celtics, but I think the Cavs are going to win. Sorry.
It's okay.
And then I think it's going to be the Cavs versus Oklahoma City Thunder.
Yeah. It's been looking that way all year. It would
I know,
be a
it's
little.
the most basic take
No.
because I am new to this.
But it's probably right. It's like what if they simulated this 100 times, that's what would happen the most
Yeah.
of the time. And I'm banking a little bit on the Celtics' health. Jaylen Brown is I think legit hurt.
What happened?
Some knee something or other, like tendonitis or.
Good thing he's got like 18 other side hustles
Yeah.
going.
He can always sell shoes.
He does all kinds of things, right?
Yeah. I wasn't really worried about him financially.
I know. Just, to be thankful for your job every day.
Right.
But he's at least got like a backup.
Yeah. He also signed a guaranteed contract for more than $300 million, so he'll be fine. What are the Lakers going to do? What do you think in the playoffs?
So with the Lakers, it's hard to say that anyone would beat them, but I did just predict that the Timberwolves would beat them because I think that LeBron and Doncic are a really powerful duo, along with the other really great players. But I guess I just think that, like, I'm just hoping the Timberwolves win. I like them.
Yeah.
I think they're fun to watch. I think they have a lot of like great players. I really like a lot of people on their team. So anyway, I think the Timberwolves are going to win, but when I say that, it doesn't sound right to me.
Well, that's in the West. Nothing sounds right. Like the Clippers losing doesn't sound right, but neither does the Nuggets losing. I could totally see Golden State beating the Rockets.
Well, yeah, me too, because again, who knew the Rockets were any good?
But also, they played a week ago in a game that Golden State really needed to win and couldn't. The Rockets were just too good in that game. That series is going to be feisty, too.
Great.
That'll be really fun. Okay. Anything else?
No, but this is exciting. Maybe. I hope it's exciting.
I will be curious if you, as you watch this, if you're like, oh, this is different. Like they're trying.
Yeah.
You know, or like the effort's more consistent or whatever. Or if maybe that won't be true or obvious or whatever. But I will be curious about that.
I'll report back.
Okay. Sounds good. Good stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Did we do it?
Yeah, we did it.
Awesome. Good job.
Good job.
Bye.
Bye.